Hello, amigo. Eagle Gardens. One on Instagram, and this is episode 840.98 question mark exclamation point. We Nerd World. This Bubba. This one is for you. Cheers, everybody. I hope you've had a great weekend. I gotta get jacked. Yeah. Let Joel in. Tougher than I thought. God, I left Joel in. Internet's probably that, so no, I did not let him in. Turn this up. There is chat. Cheers, everybody. Now I can see you. Who we got here? Atomic Spoon, Buddy Kilowatt, Ep840.98, Off Good Terps. I'll telescope your anus. Pizza Pirate. Cheers, Mrs. Justin Meds. J5420. Growing your life away. Cheers, guys. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Let me see if Joel's coming in. This will be a super tough episode for me. But I thought I'd come and try to hang out for you guys for a bit. Hopefully you guys are doing well. What are you guys smoking on this evening? Cheers, Marshall. How you doing? What are you guys smoking on? We started the weekend, with tragedy and kind of ended it with tragedy. Friday we lost the legend, Mr. Tight, Empire Breeding Co. Friend and great breeder, great contributor to the community, and then had a great time at the Cure Cup here in Michigan, and then unfortunately lost my dog yesterday. So super tough episode for me today. Cheers, cake in a cup. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Take it off. What's up, Eagle?
Cheers, Joel. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
What are you smoking on this evening?
Well, I got two little leftover pieces of bud here. I got a piece left over from earlier today of some Cell, which is Runts times Alcatraz, and some Phantom Zone, which is the Apollo 13 times Alcatraz. Nice. Neither of them are really that big of a bud, so I'm going to put them both together and pack them in the bowl so I get a nice big fat bowl out of it. My wife rolled up a joint over here. What'd you roll up?
I rolled up some of that guy's tank stuff. Hi, Eagle. What's that?
Hi, that Jen. How are you?
Yeah.
You don't camera. I don't know if we've got camera for you.
And this is what's that? Chico bag seed, I think it is.
Chico, I don't know. Joel met a gentleman, I guess 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he gave him some of this awesome bud. Hi, Eagle.
I did.
Sorry, I look like a wreck. I just got off work and I don't care. I was dressed as an accountant. Now I'm like hippie in the woods.
No
Joel
worries.
met this guy that met on some show, and his name was Tank, and He drives a wheelchair that has like tank wheels. And Joel met him at a local park, and Joel gave him a bunch of festivities. But he gave us this jar of, what is it?
It's Chino bag seed number 5. Just some bag seed.
But it works great for my anxiety. So I kind of took it from Joel and said, that's mine. I love you.
Oh, man, this shit is hard.
And I don't often smoke other people's cannabis. I mean, of course, yours I smoked back when we met in Michigan, the show. I mean,
Right on.
who wouldn't?
That seems like
those jars in your
seems
case
like
look
forever
amazing.
ago. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but I don't often smoke other people's cannabis besides ours unless I really know. But yeah, yours was bomb as well. But yeah, that's what I'm smoking on. So thank you, Tank. I'm going in my corner, Eagle.
Have fun. Thank you, Jen. Yeah, that was
Thank you, Eagle.
So your Manawati's doing pretty good out there. The one that I've got actually 2 of them out there that I was showing you the last time, and the one's like it's a good 6'5", maybe 6.5 feet tall, coming up like au natural, didn't know what stopped or anything, and we've had some pretty severe winds here in Michigan the last few days. And she is the tallest one out of all the girls out back there. And I was watching that lady just take that wind. And, she was just shimmying just like that. For the height that she is and the wind that she was taking, I would have very much expected, her to be bending over or whatever. Ooh. But she was standing proud and just shimmying. You know what I mean? Not bent, but just standing there taking it. And that was like...
That's one of the Mauna Keas?
Yeah. And I was very happy to hear that because she hasn't been staked or anything. And like I said, tallest one out of the bunch and taking everything that wind can throw at her. It was pretty impressive, to be honest with you, because we're talking like a good 30 to 40 mile an hour direct inline wind with her. And just standing there. Didn't. She sat there and took it.
Nice.
So, pretty good genetics there. Holding up well in Michigan so far.
I didn't get to ask you about your camping. It looked like it was a good time from pictures I've seen.
Oh, that looks so much fun.
Oh, like a blast.
It did turn out pretty good. On such a short notice, a lot of people showed up, and we had 3 days of fun. Weed nerds hanging out. We campfire, endless cannabis, tiny bit of psilocybin fun. But yeah, great time, a lot of memorable moments, and I love meeting weed nerds. Some of these people we know in these chats for years and years and years, but when you get to shake that hand, give that hug, it really changes things. It makes
fun,
more intimate for sure. So,
but that's like us
doing it. Pardon me?
That's like us with Gooey Breeder. Joel met him on Reed Bay. Joel said when after a couple years, we were moving out here and he lived out here. So Joel sent clones or cut snips to Gooey. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, no, this was not a good idea. 2 months later, 3 months maybe, after we got here, Gooey came over, totally straight cut, like great cologne. No offense, Joel. And just older, gray hair parted, so nice. And it had us like 3-gallon pots full of all Joel's cuts that he grew for us, and just put a bunch of jars of bud on the table. Untrimmed, of course, because that's how Gooey does it. But, it's like, it's amazing having him still in our family. We've known him for now over 17 years.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really cool meeting them. I wish I could have went to your camp out.
We're thinking about doing it again in October, but next year, like a better planned, like mid July. We're thinking like more like when blueberries are like harvesting and ready to be harvest type thing. So, but like a buds and blueberries type thing is kind of what
Nice.
we're thinking for next year for like the bigger end of the event. But it was fun, everybody, it was like a potluck camp out. It wasn't like an event. We just told everybody to just bring something, and it was pretty nice, man. We had a nice good cookout. Everybody brought gifts of either bud, clones, or seeds. You know what I mean? All the weed nerds came bearing gifts. So I've got some new cuts for the new indoor garden, and yeah, it was a real good time. Real good time. I needed it. The people that attended said, they had a
Yep.
great time, and that was what they needed as well, just that getaway and just be with friends. So it was a great weekend, all in all, for sure.
Oh, I got my bedrooms up running again. I'm starting to cut clones and stuff. So I'm gonna be sure I want to send you something from the classic TGA stuff I got going.
That
Either
would be
the
amazing.
vortex I got, maybe like that, or the sugar jack's really fun too. So
Yeah, either or, it would be amazing.
awesome.
I
Couldn't think of
definitely,
anybody better.
I'd love to do that hunt. I was actually, I went to that Cure Cup this weekend here in Michigan and decided I've still got some of the Purgatory, it's Angria, and Astro Snaps in the posters. So I decided to take some of them along. And if they were true weed nerds and TGA fans, I passed some of those out. And it sucks that
Towards next.
I get the first hand thank you. You know what I mean? I always tell everybody that you're the one that supplied the gear and should be getting the thank yous, but I always get that first, oh man, this sucks. This is a little piece of, I'm going to cherish this shit. And I always follow it up with, don't let them things sit. You know what I mean? Please
Yeah,
pop them
exactly.
things.
And
And
thinking about it, my next goodie pack I send you, I want to send a stack of posters. I still have like 3,000 freaking vintage TGA posters I used to drop off to shops when I was vending seeds for subs there.
That we
They
bought.
hung up in dispensaries, and I bought them all. So I have a whole shitload of them. So I want to give you a nice stack of them to give out to your friends and everybody else,
And campers.
and campers and whatnot. Yeah,
that's awesome.
just
I
classic stuff,
appreciate
cool
that.
photographs, pictures of all his bud over the whole back with the classic TGA mind-numbing hybrids, like pack front style.
That would be awesome. I know, and that's one of the things too. There's a lot of people that greatly appreciate that era of cannabis. You know what I mean? That chance to be able to, put something like that in their grow room. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Almost everybody that I've gifted one of those to always say the same thing. I'm framing this. I'm like, you should.
We had one.
I mean, we had the seats available for quite a while, and we finally took them off like last August, and then it was kind of quiet. I had people asking every once in a while about seeds, and like I said, either in your show on Saturday or someplace else. I was talking to somebody about it. But this past month, last August, I must have had multiple emails. I don't know how many. It must have been half a dozen or so DMs asking about all the classic stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Out of nowhere, I had lots of inquiries. I'm thinking people were growing a bunch of stuff, and was like, this is not what I'm used to growing like back in the days. Not, I missed the old TGA stuff or something. They started looking at their. I've been giving away for promos too a lot. I guess it helps, but yeah. So I don't know. Had a lot of people asking about them, so I've been trying to get them out there
and hook them up.
Yep.
It was a legendary time in cannabis, and it would be nice to see those legendary strains created by you guys live on, for sure. For sure.
You know what, Eagle?
So,
When I saw your camping event, it reminded me how times used to be out here in California before Prop 64. I mean, now it's just corporate and just, ugh. But, you know, when I saw the pictures on your Instagram from your camp out, I was like, man, I miss those times. Like, that's how we started out here. You know what I mean? At Eddie Lepp's house for his birthday with our kids, like in a playpen, hanging out. You know what I mean? My mom was there watching the girls. It was just so cool. You know, Eddie Lepp dance with my daughters, like the old school. Now it's just so corporate out here. But to see your camp out, I really wish I was there, man.
Like fun.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And you're right. That's the way that it used to be. That's the way I remember a lot of that too. That's when the good shit got passed out. You know, the kind of I guess you could call it an outlaw cookout. You know what I mean? You call a bunch of your friends and got together and passed around what you got and smoked some good weed and good times. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's something that I hope to keep alive and rolling as long as possible. You know, these events, you're right, they've turned too commercial. You know, they push you more to run around and buy things than sit down and chill and hang out with your friends.
Goodness. When I look back, like the Emerald Cup, the first time we went to it was like, I was like the 12th Emerald Cup, the first one we went to. Before that, it was even more like backwoods. I finally went to Santa Rosa where they had a bigger event center to have it at. And even then, it was like when it got dark out, all the booths were dark. No one even brought electricity to their booths. It was everyone had like flashlights looking at their stuff. It was just so archaic, archaic. And now you go to a show and the booths are like $50,000 booths set up that are all, you know, LCD screen TVs all over. Like, holy shit! It looks like I'm going to a freaking like car show or something almost. Evolution in the past like less than 10 years is just, it's like breakneck speed with the amount of money being dumped into it, the commercializing it.
And it's not the same people. Funny. Like, I know the 215 patients, like people came up to me and gave me like rocks they found in the river that were very special. I forget what they're called. They look silvery kind of thing. Old man's gold, cheap man's gold, something of that sort. I still have it on my dresser. But just like that community feeling and people just talking and enjoying and cannabis. And now it's not what we got. That, well, how much is it? Like at these shows? Because I went to the cannabis shows, the Emerald Cup, first time it was legalized. And my best friend and I, she managed our booth for many years. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is so depressing. So when I saw your camp out, it really, it just made me smile. I wish I was there. I wish I was closer, but good for you for doing that because that's how it should be, Eagle.
Appreciate that. And again, hopefully next year somehow you guys can make swinging it out this way, at least for the big one in July.
That's cool.
We'll get you some. We'll accommodate you some way or another. That's for sure. I'll make you comfortable. You come out.
That's awesome. I would love to.
Trying to figure out a way to do something.
We can watch our plays.
I gotta just not have greenhouses going one summer.
Yeah, but Gooey's reliable. Gooey will help us.
Yeah. There you go. That would be awesome if you guys could swing in. Big John says, where is it at? It is in southern Michigan. South Haven area to keep it vague until we need to put an X on the spot that's close enough for you to plan to anyway. But yeah. Well, I'll keep you guys informed for another one.
Great.
So how was your weekend? What did you do this weekend? It was a nice weekend here in Michigan.
Shit, what did I do this weekend? I was cutting a lot of low branches on trees that were hanging around the property. It's fire season kicking up, so anything that was like hanging lower than 6 foot, I was lopping all them off. I have a lot of redwood and fir and different kind of evergreens that are around here. So I was basically cutting a bunch of low stuff and dragging it off to the burn pile.
That's funny because that's pretty much what was on my list to do this weekend, but I kind of fucked myself up.
Oh, you picked up your daughter from a birthday party.
Good or bad, I guess. I was I broke my key and I got 2 locks there's 2 storage containers And I went into one to get some shit and broke my key off into the lock, and all the like weed whips, chainsaw, and yada yada was all locked into the other container. And I haven't. It's one of like
Conveniently locked.
the round locks that you can't just like cut off and shit. So,
well, maybe it's a sign from the universe that you need to relax for a little bit.
I took it. It was much needed. So,
yeah, but that still sucks. Whatever you were smoking, it was way too strong.
Nah, I don't think there is such a thing, to be honest with you. I do love to play some cannabis. I almost think I'm ready for a tolerance break. I've never even said that before, but man, I am smoking a lot of weed these days. A lot.
I did that like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I took back like a month and a half. 2 months almost where I didn't smoke at all. Yeah, it kind of sucked.
It kind of sucked. I agree.
I kind of need the cannabis to kind of slow me down sometimes. I can stop doing stuff. I got more stuff done, but I almost couldn't tolerate myself. I don't know.
I know. You like to energize your bunny on coffee without weed because he drinks a lot of coffee. Not a good thing. I mean, he wasn't mean or anything. It was just very high paced and like, hold up. Slow your bridges, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like we have that in common, Joel. I'm the same way. You take away my weed and coffee, I cannot sit down. I am just. I get it. It's like
I'm bad. Like if I sit down to watch a TV show and goes to a commercial break, I'll switch the channel or I'll get up and go do something. I'll forget about it. I come back in, I miss what I was watching. I go forget it, and I have to go do something else. It's just I get all over the place when I had too much coffee in the morning or whatever. I gotta slow my roll down sometimes. It's what the cannabis helps with that for sure.
Let me just explain. Do you hear how fast he is talking now? He has not had coffee since 12:30 because he doesn't drink coffee after 12:30. So imagine he wakes up at 5. I get up at 6. He's already had 3 cups. I can barely understand the guy talking. And it's just because that's how his energy is. It's not. But I'm like, ooh. I used to like make the coffee, but put half decaf in it. So he wouldn't drive me nuts. Just because he talked too fast. I couldn't understand him. He wasn't bad. It was just like, whoa, Rod, you need to slow down.
Someone coffee strong. If you make it by the like directions on the can, which I can't, by the way, that shit's way too strong. I can't. I drink it from the time I get up, from the time I go to bed, usually. And if I were to drink it by what they say on the label there, woo, I don't know. That's like strong. It's like 1 per cup or some shit.
Yeah, if I have any kind of coffee after like noon, first off, I'll have a little hard time going to sleep, and then I'll fall asleep for like 2.5, 3 hours, and then forget it. Then I kind of toss and turn after all night. If I don't make coffee after the afternoon time or so, I'll actually get a good 4 to 6 hours straight through, no problem, before I toss.
As long as you have a cannabis cookie and melatonin thing.
Yeah.
That's well, you need that to even out some, I think, right? To be honest with you.
Yeah. The hash helps a lot in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Hash can be an upper for me. A nice good bowl of hash can be a nice little upper for me. I don't know what.
Sometimes I get a little jazzed off of it, but it usually pretty quickly settles into me melting into the couch.
I bought my first Crenshaw knife.
Oh, cool.
I know, pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it so far. All right, here. This little.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Yeah. Me and you both share the knife fetish there as well.
You said knife, and I reached for my pocket, like, boom, gotta pull out a knife.
My
There you
I have
go.
2 in my purse. Does that count?
It does. It does. I bought a little classic old time buck the other day as well. Little guy. But yeah, I collect too. I definitely have a beautiful collection of knives.
Did that old buck
But yeah,
have
we
like
definitely
wood grain on it?
it does, but it's more like a bone. Like they've done that they
Oh, that's
kind of
even
made it look.
cooler.
I used to, when I was as a young kid, I used to Google at the knife cabinet in Kmart the Buckmaster, the 110 Buckmaster with the freaking the metal with the metal freaking little spikes on the freaking handguard. You could screw them on kind of thing. The little silver handle, like survival knife one. Oh, I love that knife. I wanted it so bad as a kid.
The old Bucker thing right here. I opened it up in the parking lot and looked at it, and then kind of like took my fingers and like popped the blades shut both at once like that. That fucker carved like a nice little hump out of my finger. Like they just barely grazed it as they scissored by. It flayed a nice little hunk out of there. I was like, shit. It's good and sharp. I mean, it took it right down to the meat. I was like, wow.
Oof.
All right. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Buck.
Well, when it's sharp and it cuts, it doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very. Yeah, I love it, and there's something about, and I'm weird like that. A sharp. I did. I cooked for a long time, so when I was like prepping foods that pull that, they were like certain days of the week, the knife sharpener would drop off them fresh sharp knives. You know what I mean? And it was always a pleasure to do your work with that nice sharp knife. Get into the trades, construction. You walk over to that saw and just, you know what I mean? The first cuts on a brand new blade when everything is clean and it goes through like butter. You know what I mean? It's a nice feeling. Anytime working with anything fresh and sharp is kind of nice experience. I don't know what.
Yeah, that's my for me. I'm all kind of things with knives. They got to be sharp.
You two have a lot more in common than I thought.
Tools and yeah, definitely kitchen knives.
Yeah. Oh, what happened?
That
was fun.
I think he just dropped his signal there.
Oh, he's on 20 acres now. At least it ain't long.
Yeah.
No, but if we went on vacation,
that's on here is backup, I guess, or something.
Really cool.
I didn't know he was on.
Who, Seth?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Seth.
I'm in here, Jenny.
Hi. Here's my hand. How are you, man?
Hi. I'm doing good. Busy as
Good.
usual.
How's the family and the kids?
The family's doing good, and my one of my kids moved to college a couple weeks ago, so 3 down, 1 to go.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And it's kind of nuts. Yeah, one of ours is now a sophomore in college, but it's a local college, so she chose to stay here. But it's nuts. And our little one's a junior. It's like, what?
Yeah, she's going to college soon. She's looking forward to it.
I know. I hope my kid takes it serious. Hope he doesn't just turn it into a party. Doing good, Eags.
There he is, the host.
Well, I was just listening to you guys drinking coffee. I haven't drank coffee in a long time, and I actually drank a half a cup. What was it? Friday, I drank a half a cup of coffee. It's been like 15 years since I had any coffee. But it was like kind of like just a weird. Well, so I went to a airport where they had the old hip hop group Onyx, and so I know the manager at Onyx. So we went to some hangar that was like off in the back, and then we go in this little room, and this room was tiny. It was like maybe like standing in like a friggin', I don't know, like a 8x8 room with a bunch of people in it, and Onyx was in there, and it was we ended up like chilling for a little bit. It was kind of awkward because there was that many people and shit in there, and I drank a little bit of coffee because it was actually cold out because we were in Maine and it was at night, and then we stepped outside and we all were smoking and stuff, and like all the entourage ended up showing up and shit, and so we were just kind of chilling out there, which was really cool. And then got to go watch the show after. And there's a possible fucking collaboration going on here with Onyx and Miranda Family Farms, but got a meeting with them tomorrow at 11.
That's
We
cool.
shall see. Yep.
Super cool.
Awesome.
They're actually
So
going to
did
be
the
at the
coffee
Freedom
go
Rally.
well or did it not go well?
The coffee went delicious. Actually, it was really good. I like my coffee like I like my women, hot and black. You know what I mean?
So does Joel.
That's how I like it.
Only I'm Irish and German, and it don't really work that well.
I like it black and bitter.
But yeah, that was a
Yeah.
delicious cup of coffee for something I haven't had in a long time.
Certain brand, or did you go to like where you at a coffee shop or you at home?
Oh, this was fucking weird. So like in that little room behind it was like airplanes and like a workshop. And then like I think there's a guy that like lives at the hangar. And so like there was a whole kitchen back there and he had like coffee already ready and like food and stuff. So I don't know what brand it was, but it was like just coffee that this random guy made in an airplane hangar.
Oh, well, when we go to the farmer's market sometimes, we don't go out much, but I'll buy him a cup of coffee and they fresh like pour hot water through this like cone into a cup, and he actually talks to the person. He's like, "So I want this like medium roast, light roast, and a flavor of this, and that." And I'm going, "Oh my god, this is so embarrassing." I give him the money and like go pick out tomatoes.
I'm still I discovered blueberry coffee last year, and if you haven't had blueberry coffee yet or you can't get it, you need to find it, because blueberry coffee with a little bit of French. I'm not been huge on flavored coffees over the year. They tend to leave like an oily taste in your mouth, but they're passing one around up here, Michigan.
Just a blueberry flavored bean is all.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how it's flavored, but I'm telling you what, that's one of the best cups of coffees I've ever had. And yeah, it tastes like a blueberry cream with coffee in it. It's just too delightful, too delightful. So that's
perfect.
my favorite.
You're living on a blueberry farm. Can't get any better than that. You blueberries bobbing around in the.
That's the funny part about it is, see, up north is where I discovered the blueberry coffee. And then I come down this way and I can't find a blueberry coffee for nothing around me in this blueberry country. It's amazing. It's amazing. I literally have to go up north to find a blueberry cup of coffee. And that's the truth. I can't figure it out, but they need to work on it. Be awesome.
Oh my god, I can't with you guys.
But I'll share, if you know what, I will share one of my favorite coffee things with you, though. That is something that you can enjoy at home. Especially if you grind your bean. I discovered this through a conversation with a gentleman in chat, Mr. Brett Anderson. We were talking one day after a race about coffee and the effects thereof, it not necessarily working anymore the way it used to work. And he kind of suggested that he was going to try like just eating a bean, which kind of inspired me. At that time at the race, I was eating like a protein yogurt with like 28 grams of protein in a serving, French vanilla. So after the conversation, I grind my own beans to make my coffee. So like the next day, I'm like, I recall that conversation. So I'm thinking, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try this. And I take the bean grinder, and I had a little cup of yogurt, and I like tap 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 tap, and so I kind of like dusted a little bowl of yogurt there, French vanilla yogurt, and stirred it up. And what you have there is one amazing, and I underline amazing, coffee treat that comes with a beautiful caffeine buzz without like that coffee fallout. I don't know why you don't get the fallout, but it's like a super fast pick me up. It's got that protein coffee in there. But I'm telling you right now, you will definitely love this treat if you're willing to try sprinkling just a little bit of coffee into that yogurt. You will not regret, and you probably send me a little thank you because it's a delight. I actually had thought about going down to my local coffee shop and going, hey, I'm not trying to sell you this recipe, but I guarantee you this recipe may make you rich if you put this on your menu. So, yeah, it's delicious. I would please try it. That's what I'm saying.
Sharon's trying to get in the picture. What's up, Sharon?
So, what are you smoking on, Seth? You already mentioned that.
No, I'm smoking on the Tri-Fi.
Well, you did mention it.
This is pretty much like I ran it for a while, but when I gave Fred Rowe from Onyx I gave him like a little fucking sack with some shit, but they forgot it in the car. I gave him a pre-roll when he was on the stage, and like 3 or 4 hits in, he fucking stopped what he was doing and was just going on about how high he was, which was really cool. Got that dude hooked. Actually, so I don't know if you guys want to take a peek at this shit, but I just went up to Chelsea, Mass. It's in Boston. To pick up a judge's kit for the Freedom Rally. Let me see. Let's flip this thing around. Let's see if we can find it here. This one is probably blinding you with that. This one's the gummies. Can you even see that or no?
Yeah, I can't. My computer won't let me see it.
Sugar-free hashables. I tried a couple of these gummies already. This one's a Boston cream, and it actually tastes like a Boston cream donut.
Nice.
I don't usually do edibles, but they gave me edible and then indica flower. So I have 10 days to eat 20 different packages of edibles and then 43 samples of flour. I'm gonna be high as fuck.
Well, how you supposed to judge that? Jesus.
I'm just gonna a lot of
kind of hard to do
a lot of shit
edible in a day. Judge really well.
Let's see this one.
Tough.
Jim Clemmer asked, why do I seriously, after all these years, why do you keep doing this every day? I am grateful. I keep doing this because I love people and I love the community and people, the good people in it is why I continue to do this. Jim. So there's your answer. Quick answer without typing it out in chat. So
Eags, when you've seen,
I gotta bounce out of here and go close up my greenhouses.
right.
Joel, it's a pleasure as always.
Yep.
Jenny,
Yes,
same.
Indeed. I'm gonna try to hop on Thursday afternoon if you're gonna be on again.
Yes, sir. Right around noon,
Cool.
noonish, 9 o'clock your time.
I'll try to jump
Thank
on.
you guys. Jen, it was nice seeing you. I appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah. Take care, guys.
Later.
Take care.
Later.
So Eagle, when you normally do an entry, you have a blank jar with a number on it. But this isn't like that. They have like all the packaging. Like as if you were to buy it at the store. This is like really weird. You know what I mean? You know what it is, who made it, what's in it, fucking everything. I've never seen a contest where it's not like more of like a blind contest. It's just one of the criteria of judging is the actual packaging. I've never seen that as even a category before. That's kind of that's different, right?
It's way different, and yeah, that gives opportunity for like branding and stuff to kind of get in the way there, I believe, or some type of favoritism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not. I don't think it's done correctly. It's kind of weird.
yeah, yeah, that is kind of weird, but I kind of get it. I guess packaging's considered as one of the critiques. But yeah, I wouldn't. I would prefer if I were in. I would prefer blind. Yeah, yeah. So how did the entries look? Have you sampled any?
I only smoked one of the flower samples. It was a Cheech and Chong strain called Black Ice, and it was actually really good. And I've tried their Government Oasis before, and that's actually one of the better strains I've smoked in Massachusetts for dispensary bud anyway. I was actually kind of shocked. They actually did a good job as far as whoever pheno hunted their shit.
What do you look for? And like, say, as you're gonna look over your kit, um, how do you come across one of your favorites? Is it something that stands out? You know what I mean? Out of the crowd, like a terpene that, because a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
like
times
something that
when you,
I kind of like something that holds its flavor through the joint. I like something that when you blow the smoke out of a joint, like you can still have that flavor in your mouth after the exhale. The effect is probably should be more of the most important one, but it's not necessarily the first one because the first thing we do is look at it and then smell it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's different because each person's taste buds are different. So some people might like something that's citrusy and score high on that, where I don't. Uh, in
right?
order to be a judge, you had to have at least won something in your life. So when you enter a contest, you kind of hope that the judges judge it fairly. So to be a judge,
I
you
actually
hopefully would
like
do the
that.
same.
I like that, to be honest with you. That's kind of gives it a little, yeah, I kind of like that,
Well, you had to,
prerequisite.
yeah, and you had this is different too. I've never picked up a judge's kit where you have to be a medical patient to pick it up because recreationally you're only allowed to get an ounce. Where
Ooh,
the kit had 43 samples in it, so that's and they're 1 gram samples, but that's more than an ounce, so you can't legally buy it at a dispensary. You know what I mean? And I didn't buy the kit. That's another thing. The kits, they can't give you the kit for free just because I think so. Like as a person, I'm allowed to gift up to an ounce away to people, but as a dispensary, they're not allowed to gift away much of shit. I don't think anything. So they have to charge. They charge $1 per kit. So each kit $1 each. I gave them $2, no tax.
that's the way a lot of dispos get a way around things here in Michigan as well. That free pre-roll will be a penny or two. You know what I mean? It's free, but technically you're paying a couple of cents for it just so they can get around that loophole of not getting it for free. But
Yeah, when I
it's
got the
one of the
gummy,
things. community, though, we've always kind of found and exploited loopholes. Yeah. If there's a will, we'll find it. That's a way. If there's a will, we'll find it.
I was kind of like, fuck, I don't really like edibles, and I don't know, I was all set with the gummy kit thing. But then like I seen my buddy got like beverages, and I'm thinking, oh, that would actually be worse. I'm actually lucky I got gummies over the beverages thing. The gummies over here and seem to be 5 milligrams a serving, and so are the beverages. So you're gonna drink a whole like soda can, like a large size soda can size beverage with 5 milligrams in it. It ain't doing shit.
Actually, they infuse everything. I actually had some cannabis infused waters this weekend that like seltzer water, flavored seltzer water. And weren't bad at all. I don't know how I had way too much cannabis and in me to properly see if it had any effects, but it tasted good for sure. For sure. Oh, I want to give a shout out to I had the opportunity to meet uh Mr. Brandon Rust this weekend, who I've had on the show and whatnot. But I got a chance to meet and hang out with him this weekend, and very fun guy. Cheers to him. Hopefully, next time he comes to Michigan, we'll hang out again. But definitely a pleasure to hang with for the weekend for sure. Had a great time at the organic cup for a couple of days. I think the weather kind of kept the crowd down a little bit because it was windy as fuck, and then we dipped down to like it was a camping event, and one day we got down to like 48, and the next night it got down to like 42. So yeah, I think of that, and that was like when I was telling Joel about the winds. We had like 30-mile-an-hour winds on top of that cold, so it was a little brutal. It was a little brutal, so I can see that being, a bummer. But it was a good time, all in all, hanging out. I got to see some, great people in the community, and decent time, man, fun for sure.
Slack, and I let the joint go out. Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught the beginning there, but man, we did suffer a huge loss on Friday to the community with Mr. Tight, Empire Breeding Co. Do you know who he is?
Oh no, no.
Uh, Longtime grower. He was one of like right along. I almost want to say he's like pre Med Grower One. Do you know Med Grower One at all?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Michigan grower pre. I think pre him, and it helped. Each one teach one type thing. He helped also helped in Med Grower One come along and come up, and a lot of stuff that you see in the how-to videos today kind of come back from tight, kind of the like when you're transplanting, you take that empty pot, put it in there, bury it around the pot, and then pull it out, sprinkle the hole, and then dunk the plant in. That's all like kind of Mr. Tight technique. That's where I learned to do it from,
Sure.
but outside of that, him dumping tons of knowledge into the community before legal, like it was a lot of shit wasn't legal back then, and it wasn't legal where he was, and at the time of doing that put a huge risk on his the family and everything like that. This shit's good and great, but people don't necessarily take into account the risk that goes along with being public about cannabis and stuff like that. And back in the day, just like anything now, egos get in the way, people get shitty, and fucking cops get called, people get reported. Unfortunately, at that time, it was a risk of children. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to that, that's not cool. So he had to pull down the channel, take down the videos, and kind of put down the Mr. Tight thing for a long time and then come back under the banner of Empire Breeding Co. and then not being able to, have the persona that he was built on because of the threat of shitty people in the community. You know what I mean? But he passed on Friday, which was, super sad because the contributes that he has made over the years, not just in genetics, but the knowledge alone and just being a great person.
Was he like an old guy? Like he died from old age type shit, or you don't know?
Our age, stage 4 cancer.
Oh,
Is what he passed on from. Which brings me to another thing, in this mess. I get so frustrated when I hear this stuff and cancer taking out people in our community and we preach this cannabis medicine, then we lose some greats like this. I question ourselves, you know what I mean? Are we afraid to try put our money where our mouth is, or what, how do we lose, or why people lag on even trying it when we know it is a powerful medicine? But every time I hear a friend dying from cancer, I get frustrated because we know we're sitting on a very powerful medicine. But it seems to be the last resort for a lot of people.
well, I put this in the sky, Mr. Tight, smoking sky.
And then, unfortunately, I suffered another loss yesterday, uh, even a more deeper and personal loss. Um, my longtime companion and best friend, Bubba, my dog, was unfortunately hit by a car and didn't make it.
Oh, I seen the title, Bubba, but I didn't know who it was or what that was. But now I know, and that's horrible, Eagle. I'm sorry to hear that because we all, anyone that
It
has a
was
dog knows that that's like, the dog is like a family member.
huge family member, and he was super special. The bond that me and that dog had, and his attachment to me was it was very close, and it just happens. He's he was having his own problems, getting older, but how he ended up out near the road and why he went that way was just super quick, and I didn't. It's sad. It's sad because he deserved better than that. And but in the positive side of all that is, a lot. I he did survive the he did survive for a few minutes, and I didn't know that he had been hit, and somebody, a couple of souls, were nice enough to scoop him up and bring him up to the house. And, you know, from that, I was able to, try to get him to the vet. And as tragic as this is, I would have much rather spent that time. I was able to say goodbye, and he was able to pass in my arms, and rather than scoop him up off the pavement out front. So I'm grateful for the moments.
Amen to that. That means we need to put
Huge.
smoke in the sky for Bubba. Big Bubba.
Please do. I can't even fucking see.
I just relit it. It's in the sky right now. Fuck, we'll even throw a little smoke signal for DOA. We might as well.
Yeah.
You guys, a lot of them, people call them DOA, but we call them AOD. Anthony Oscar Diaz.
They, all I'm saying is, man, life is too short, and you never really know. I've said it time and time again that you have to be grateful, for in the moment. You can't wait. You know what I mean?
Well,
You
I
never
know
know
Bubba had a
when.
good life. You loved him and you took care of him. I see dog owners. I pulled up on a scene one time where there was this guy, like, he was punching the dog's head like as if he was like fighting like an adult, like a guy, like, and he was doing that to his dog, and like, you know what I mean? There's people say there's no thing as bad dog, it's the bad owner. There's fucking both. There's bad dog and bad owner, and this dog was bad, but the owner was just as bad. You know what I mean? And you weren't that. Bubba had himself a good life. My dog, we spoil our dogs. My dog eats better than me. Johnny's dog eats better than him.
They're special to us. That's unlike people. When you have a pet like that, that love is very unconditional. You know what I mean? And it's hard, you know what I mean? Because they love no matter what, good, bad, whatever. That love's always there, and it's tough, very tough
You seen that
to
video? There was like an old guy walking his dog, and a fucking alligator came up and like grabbed the dog, and the old guy like just went into action and fucking got his dog somehow out of that thing's mouth. Well, like we'll fight with our dogs if we have to, or we'll fight for them.
for sure. And Bubba was, man, that dog was unshakable. That dog would have followed me into a fire or wherever. That dog would have undoubtedly gave his life for me. That's how,
When
Bubba
my dog
was.
goes, uh, I'm never getting a dog ever again. My I never had a dog. I never been around dogs. And then when we bought this house, we bought a puppy, and it was crazy. Like, out of the litter, me and my buddy are the only families that original families that kept the puppies because they were just so off the wall or whatever. And now that we got them, we can't get rid of them. We love the dog, but uh, it does kind of screw up because like having a kid, you know what I mean? Like we can't leave and go do stuff because we got the dog home, or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's a downfall. And he fucked up my yard and house, but we still love him.
Trying to read chat here. Jim, yes, I do still do finish carpentry. Thank you for all the buys and chat. Oh, yeah, I want this when my boys go. I, I, I can't see myself ever trying to replace the amazing souls that I have. I really don't. And
What?
actually, it was tough, man. And I never fucking the fucking part that pisses me off, and it's the same thing that always pisses me off with medical things is damn it, uh, the inner things comes into play before you come into play. You know what I mean? And so anytime like we go into the doctor, the type of care and amount of care we get is based on, unfortunately, the insurance that we had, that, good, bad, or how much money we can back. Well, it's the same thing with that. Yesterday, when this all went down, uh, obviously, um, emergency thing, I was in tears and ran out of the house in the car. I had to drive the dog like 30, 40 minutes in there. And get there. So I didn't think.
Damn, you're super staticky. Uh-oh. I don't hear him. But it does sound, people, like the fucking driver didn't stop and then hit the dog and keep going. It's kind of a piece of shit. It might even be, I don't even know if that's legal.
The driver ended up coming back. It was an amazing thing. That's another end of the story. But so I get to the vet. I don't know where you caught or where I left here, but I get to the vet, and right at the vet, I called ahead and told them I was coming. I pull in and literally have my dog in my arms, and they watch me. They're sitting there watching me come to the door, and basically had to like, better come on, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't open the door because I had a fucking armful of hurt dog. So finally, they fucking come rushing over, hugging me, and they're immediately about money. Do you want us to do this? It's this amount of money. And do you want us to resuscitate? Money right off the bat. So we go into it and things go so bad right off the bat, and the best course of action, unfortunately, was to put him down. And when that decision was made, either the pain they told me this, either this is paid in full right now, or otherwise we'll just put him down and you can take the dead body home and do whatever, instead of like I wanted, like should be done, the dog being cremated and properly taken care of. They just wanted to send me home with a grieving dog, which I thought it was honestly the coldest experience in a time I've ever been part of. Like you said, like a dying family member, and then if I wasn't throwing dollars right then and there.
Uh-oh, we lost him again, folks. You're like pretty broken up.
I know, I'm hooked on the damn internet again. Damn it.
We can hear the gist of the story, though.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah, all overall, terrible experience. I don't.
That all went down, you said, yesterday? Damn.
But like I said, somebody was nice enough to bring him up for a few more minutes. Not the driver, but her boyfriend came back, and she was so shaken up, and he explained what happened and offered condolences today.
Uh-oh.
Come back. A surreal day as well. Today to check how things were, and thought that was amazing that they gets to come back and double check and offer their deepest condolences was huge. Turned out to be an amazing person, and I'm glad I had the opportunity. We both were sad that this was the way that we had to meet, but it was definitely a great meet and a huge lift in humanity. And then even another twist of fate today. I go out about and I go stop and get something to eat, and I look over and the gal that brought the dog up to me was the gal waiting on me.
Oh,
And I got the opportunity. Yeah, I know she looked at me like a ghost because she was seriously impacted by it. And she asked how Bubba was doing, and I had to unfortunately give her the bad news, but I got to thank her for being a good enough person to she said that they seen the animal on the side of the road and decided to get it, off the road so it wasn't hit anymore, but realized that he was still alive when they had approached him and decided to bring him up to the house.
shit. Eagle, I think, just fell off completely now. But that's a crazy story, weed nerds. My dog, I have a fenced in yard, but I also keep him on a runner too, just because I live on a busy road and I'm nervous about stuff just like that. But it is cool to know that there's nice people in the world still. Another friendly reminder, September 21st. It's a Saturday, high noon to 8 p.m. Boston Freedom Rally on the Boston Commons. If you decide to go and you want to come, bring a protest sign if you want. If not, just bring some weed. If you don't have none, I'll have some for you. It's supposed to be a good day out. We shall see. Oh, my outdoor. I live right beside an ice cream shop, and they have a spotlight that comes off of their business, and the spotlight lights up their parking lot, and it shines right onto my fucking plants outside. So they just actually shut down over the weekend for the season, and that light's off, which is like perfect. They close earlier and earlier every year. He's back. Uh-oh, we just can't hear him.
That's because I'm muted.
There
That's
you
an
go.
easier fix. Um, yeah. So, how are your outdoor plants? And
I got two of them that look like they got that septoria shit or whatever the fuck it's called that I just went to shit, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't even watered them or looked at them because I'm just gonna I'm gonna cut them. My other one that I have like just single, it's a chili bean bubble gum from Miss Joe. That one's actually doing really good. Budlets all uh connected and formed into a bud, and they're just doing their thing. They probably are about halfway done, I'd say. I fucked off. I didn't spray no caterpillar killer, none of that safer shit. I didn't do nothing for all season. And already found the first caterpillar on the bud. I cut the whole bud right off, threw it out. But I'm gonna have to hop off here because I'm getting blown up on my phone right now.
that takes both of us. Lexi's killing my phone as well. I have to make sure everything's.
Well,
All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
sorry to hear about Mr. Tight and the dog. Uh, that's both horrible stuff. But
Appreciate the condolences, brother.
yeah, we'll have to all put that smoke in the sky again. And Weed Nerds, hopefully I'll see you guys September 21st, Boston Freedom Rally. Miranda Family Farms, we out.
Cheers, brother. Thank you. With that being said, I do need to check up on mine as well. I appreciate you guys 100% for hanging out this evening. This was a tough episode for me to show up on, but I greatly appreciate you guys. Never know, maybe as night's early, who knows? But if not, I'll see you guys 100% Thursday. That being said, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives, and if anything, life just keeps on proving that to me. With that being said,